Okay, before we get into this video, please, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please consider subscribing. I've been reminding people, and it's crazy how many people are like, oh, I didn't realize I'm subscribed. We're getting so close to 500K that it would mean the world to me. And also, the deal for my Patreon worked out really well, and you guys all loved it, so I've extended it a little bit longer. So if you want to get my Patreon, it's really cheap right now, 30% off using the code Bonnie and Dolly. This is for a limited amount of time, obviously. And if you do subscribe, I don't do that many sponsorships, so this is a huge support of me. I would really appreciate it. It's linked down below. You can see me reacting to Trisha Paytas's Big Broadway Dream. You can see me reacting to Escape the Night Season 3 in its entirety, Season 2 in its entirety, Season 1 in its entirety of Escape the Night as well, reacting to the entire Beast games, and I have so many other reactions as well. We are now going to be doing Ruby Frankie's, the documentary on her, Devil in the Family. We're also going to be doing Escape the Night Season 4, and we're also going to be watching Michael Weiss' documentary of TANACON. These are all copyrighted things, which is why I review them over there. There's a lot of content over there, and again, if you want to subscribe to the Patreon, it is 30% off right now using code Bonnie and Dolly, and it's a huge support of me, and on with the video. Okay, everyone, huge updates whenever it has came to The Sims and The Sims community. So, The Sims have now put out a statement in light of what we talked about yesterday, which, as we know, all of the main players in The Sims community, the really big YouTubers like Lil Simsy, specifically like one of the largest, James Turner, Plumbella, Staffo Sims, they have all stepped away from the EA Creator Network, and they have basically ended their affiliation with EA, the company, and have basically all said that they're going to be pulling back on the Sims content that they're making in light of the new sale, where, you know, EA will be going to private investors, Saudi Arabia, and we went through that yesterday, and we read it. And I was really curious to see if The Sims or EA were going to acknowledge it in the slightest. So people were saying that because the sale was $55 billion, that like, why would EA even care about these YouTubers stepping away from the game? They were like, oh yeah, they're gonna push back on getting $55 billion because Lil Simsy walked away from the game. But that wasn't the point. The point is that games like The Sims rely solely on the creators promoting the packs and doing interesting gameplay to keep the players playing the game, because I, like a lot of people, would have probably given up a long time ago on The Sims if it wasn't for these Sims YouTubers, you know, promoting the game or making it seem fun, because at the end of the day, The Sims game is breaking by the minute, and it's just, you know, it is important for games to have these people promoting it, and so all of these creators walking away from it, whether people want to acknowledge it or not, and, you know, the bros being like, it's 55 billion, they don't care about, you know, The Sims or whatever like that, trust they will. And you know why? Because the Sims team immediately released a statement, and I want to read it, I want to go through it, and also, I have a horrifying update for you when it comes to The Sims. So not only have the Sims team put out a message in basically response to all of these huge creators walking away, but EA have now announced that they are partnering with, drumroll please, an AI company to assist with all of their game developments. Now, who was it that said that this sale to Saudi Arabia and EA, you know, this big sale and the huge loans, they have to make a lot of money back. These investors that are buying the game for such money, you know, have taken out like $20 billion investments. They need to make that back quick. And I said, you said, how are they going to make that back quickly? Well, obviously, they're going to do microtransactions in the games, make the games more expensive, put out more expansion packs, do huge layoffs, or, you know, replace people with AI, or replace things in the game with AI. We said that. And literally, we have a year until this sale fully goes into action. And we are already seeing that EA have now partnered with an AI company to assist with game development. So let me tell you something. You know, for how shitty The Sims has been already, we are now about to see an AI game. We are now about to see AI game development for The Sims, and let me tell you something, this is it. This is genuinely it. The fact that they're now partnering with what'll be like development with like AI within the games, this is going to be the death of these games, by the way. Trust. This is going to be the death of these games. And it's really interesting that you bring up Inzoi, which is an alternative game to The Sims that was really hyped up, made by different people. People were so excited for it, the same way they are with Paralives. But Inzoi came out, and it came and went very quickly because the Sims community, who were so excited to play it, realized that there was so much AI and generative AI in the game. And that's a lot of things that specifically the Sims community don't really like. And so The Sims now, if it pivots towards AI usage or all the rest, the Sims community are just going to walk away from the game. So we can probably assume that the Sims franchise is probably done from this moment on. So first of all, let's get to the message that the Sims team put out, and then we'll dive into the full debrief on what EA are doing with the AI. So again, for people saying that the Sims team and EA aren't going to care about all these creators walking, they put out a statement in light of all these creators walking. I don't think they address it in any ways, but them trying to do a deflection because they're like, we're going to give you so many upgrades, and they're scared. They're scared because people like to insinuate that people speaking up doesn't have an impact when there's huge money involved, but trust. Sometimes these people are also looking for the long-term impact, and they realize that if they lose the fans or lose the paying customers, they're fucked even more. So anyways, I love this. We don't give a fuck. We write for Don, for Lil Simsy. So the Sims team put out this, okay? It says, thank you for being a part of the Sims community. I'm just going to read it out to you, okay? We're continually inspired by our incredible players and creators, by your imagination, creativity, and the joy that you bring to The Sims every day. We deeply respect that everyone experiences The Sims in their own way and will make choices that are right for them. First of all, there's more that they say, but that's their acknowledgement of players and these huge creators that have basically lifted this game up for years and built it to what it was. That's their response. They just said, we respect that people want to play the game in their different kind of ways. And ways that are right for them, trust. However you choose to play, create, or share, we're grateful to have been a part of that journey. Our mission, values, and commitment remain the same. The Sims will always be a space where you can express your authentic self. That's them acknowledging that people were saying that, being sold out to Saudi Arabia, they're going to roll back on the inclusivity of the games, which is so funny, by the way, because I saw on Twitter the Saudi Arabia version of The Sims 2. The original Sims 2 cover has, man and woman in it, but the Saudi Arabia version, if I'm to believe that's correct, literally only features male Sims, so we're off to a great start, y'all. Your passion and voices have shaped the exciting things that we have coming in 2026. And let me tell you something. The fact that they're trying to hype up the next year of The Sims, they are scared. They are scared, and they know that the future of the franchise is in jeopardy right now because the community and the creators have turned against them. And beyond, on November 4th, there will be a big update coming to The Sims 4 that includes 150 fixes. Sorry. The fact that you are saying that in a good way, there's going to be 150 plus fixes. There shouldn't be in a game that is so goddamn fucking expensive overall. And fresh freebies, they are scared. They are so scared that they're now trying everything to they're losing the creators. They're now trying their best to make sure that the customers don't leave. More details to come on Monday, October 27th. This is the first of ongoing updates that will address the things that matter most to you, with gratitude from the Sims team. So we're now going to get on to EA partners with AI company to assist game development. We're going to get to them now partnering with an AI company. But let me just say that statement reads as damage control. And not only does it read as damage control, it looks like they're trying anything to keep players. It really does. I think that people don't realize the impact that these creators, the Lil Simsies of the world walking from the game, have on the game. The game is done. I really do think that we maximum have a couple more years left of The Sims. I argue that within the next year, The Sims is going to be gone. I really do. That is just my personal opinion. I think it's over. I really think it's done. Specifically, if Paralives, another competitor that people are really excited for in the Sims community, is good, or at least even a little bit good, The Sims is done. The Sims is done. And EA did this to The Sims and the Sims team. So anyways, let's get to what everyone predicted, which is when this sale was going to go through, that we were probably going to see things being replaced with AI. And who would have thought that the sale has only just been really talked about and going through and all like this, and we now have EA partners with AI company to assist with game development. You cheap motherfuckers. Electronic Arts announces partnership with Stability AI to infuse generative AI into the workflow. Do you even play The Sims yourself? Yes. I've played The Sims my entire child. Please. I don't know if you mean that, but don't come in here and act like I'm a hater of The Sims. Because for me, and I know you're probably not, because I recognize your username. But all I'm saying is if anyone believes that I don't like The Sims, I'm rooting for this game to be the best it was. Once the game really left Maxis, who were also money hungry anyway, the game was over. The game was over. I played The Sims 2 and The Sims 3 my entire childhood. I have such nostalgic with the games, like The Sims 3, because it was the biggest bond that me and my friend Alexandra, who no longer is here with us, had. We played it every single night. I meant that as a genuine question. Yeah, I know. That's why I recognize your username. That's why I clarified. But like, if anyone in the comments, because I've seen that, I am a Sims player down. They lost me with the Sims 4. And you know what the worst thing is? I own most, if not all, Sims 4 packs because I've wanted the game to be good because it's truly, I'm not a gamer. It's one of the only games that I really like. But the fact that EA are now partnering already with Stability AI to infuse generative AI, quite honestly, the worst as well, into the workflow, horrifying. EA Games is hoping to speed up its workflow. Oh, you know what that means, by the way? Speed up the workflow so that you can get, like, charged for more things. You're having to pay for more things because they're able to make more things now at a quicker speed. Including multiple game development areas. Great. So what I'm hearing is these games will actually be, you cannot avoid the AI in them. Great. The first to come up with this idea was none other than EA's CEO, Andrew Wilson, who talked about investing into AI for a few months now. It was discussed in September 2024 how generative AI would impact, the users and players, including The Sims. After reports that EA's new controversial investors are betting into AI for cutting costs, the newest official announcement from EA's newsroom confirms just that. Now again, let's reread that. After reports that EA's new controversial investors are betting into AI for cutting costs, you know what that means, by the way? The game is going to be cheap. The game is going to be cheapened to fuck, but more expensive for you to buy, and people are probably going to be fired and replaced with AI. These games, by the way, that have been built up by the designers, the creators, and it's just like, guys, if we continue to support companies or places that continue to cheap out and replace people and things and activities with AI, you and I are out of a job. I don't understand why people are like being so passive with AI. Everyone is replaceable with AI, mind you. My job here is replaceable. Whatever job you do, I'm pretty sure could probably be replaceable too with AI. There's very limited things now that can't be replaced with AI, or they can get around what you do with AI. And then what happens? No one works anymore. No one makes any money. Then what? The world is over. We're all going to fucking die. If we don't run out of water, by the way, because of the amount of AI being used anyways. So basically, it's just confirming that because of the new investors, now EA and the games are going to be moving AI-centered. And it's just fucking... It's just everything that we predicted. It's fucking gross. It's like they're speedrunning, ruining their franchises. Specifically The Sims. You've ruined it. I would argue that The Sims is going to be the first one to go because these investors don't care about an inclusive game anyway. Sorry, Saudi Arabia are like, yeah, we want that one. They wanted all the other games and The Sims is just one that comes with it. The Sims is going to be the first to go anyways. But also, The Sims will not survive with a generative AI model because the fans will not accept that. They didn't accept it with Inzoi. They don't accept it with The Sims. The game is over, y'all. The game is over. From visual effects to textures and physics, EA is hoping to speed up, cheapen, its processes of turning imagination into reality using Gen AI. The CEOs and executives at Electronic Arts are saying that this won't replace the current work done by artists, designers, and developers working on the games. Well, I have a question for you. What is generative AI? It steals from things that already exist. If your games are fundamentally built on graphics that have been already made by designers or code that has already been coded by designers, the AI will be copying them and replicating it. Stop being stupid. Fuck me. This angers me so. Like, just this conversation about AI, like, it will never not, like, rage me up. We aren't exactly sure if that statement will stand correct in the few months, years time though, considering that introduction of AI tools in behind the scenes of development would also mean feeding the AI algorithm with developers' input, decisions, and creativity. Because that's what AI is. It is just theft of other people's shit. Making the developers' best practices and decisions a part of the in-house AI data and tools. It can draft, generate, analyze, but it can't imagine, empathize, or dream. That's the work of EA's extraordinary artists, designers, developers, storytellers, and innovators, said the PR statement down below. But we're not entirely sure if that'll hold down in a few months, years' time, when the inevitable $20 billion debt payment starts cashing out. And how it'll affect the current workforce developing multiple game franchises at EA. Here's the full statement from EA. At Electronic Arts, creativity isn't just part of what we do, it's what drives us forward. It's what transforms a blank canvas into a living, breathing world and turns a single idea into an experience shared and loved by millions of fans and players around the globe. For more than 40 years, EA has led through technological shifts across interactive entertainment, redefining what is possible for our global community of players. At the core of that process is the belief that technology powers creativity, amplifying imagination, accelerating. That's the word that we've got to focus on here. Accelerating. That is what these companies use AI for. Accelerating, cheapening out, replacing people. And enabling our teams to deliver bold, new experiences that inspire the world to play. Machine learning and artificial intelligence have long been cornerstones of innovation at EA, powering everything from intelligent gameplay and real-time animation to physics simulations, pathfinding solutions, and more effective development pipelines. Today, we're taking the next step on that journey. Can you believe they're already doing these things and the sale really hasn't even gone into fruition yet? Can you fucking imagine where we're going to be at this time next year with this franchise and these games? I don't really care about any of the other games. I care about the employees and stuff. I don't play the other games. That's why I'm so fixated on The Sims right now. Electronic Arts is excited to announce a partnership with Stability AI to co-develop transformative AI models, tools, and workflows that empower our artists. AI isn't creative. Let's get that out of the way first. It's other people being creative and stealing it. Tools and workflows that empower our artists, designers, and developers to reimagine how content is built. A global leader in generative technology, Stability AI's work is revolutionizing visual media. I love this part. Empowering our teams. With humans at the center of storytelling, we're evolving how we work so that AI becomes a trusted ally. AI is not your ally. AI is not your friend. And I'm, by the way, speaking to everyone who uses ChatGPT on like a daily basis. AI is not your friend. AI at its core is about stealing your information and data so that it can get smarter. Everything you have with it, every information that you give it, it's just collecting to get smarter. AI is not your friend. AI is not your ally. Grow the fuck up. I agree. The humanization of AI is like, I think shows exactly where we're at with the world, by the way. Like, I don't think people realize that the continued promotion of AI taking over means that, I don't know, what's next? Pilots are fired and planes are driven by AI. Government officials fire people to replace them with AI. Do you think that AI could ever become productive? Here's the thing. AI can be productive when it's used in specific settings, under controlled settings, like medical care. Not every single person in the globe should be allowed access to AI. Because that's what we're seeing here. When AI can be used for good, it's like, oh, to help up medical advancements, not companies using it to fire employees and replace them. Makes me so angry. So it becomes a trusted ally, supporting faster iteration, expanding creative possibilities. By the way, this is just we're literally gonna see, you think the amount of expansion packs and game packs and stuff packs and kits and all the fuck that we get for The Sims 4 has been a lot already? Can you imagine whenever AI is able to create 100 a day? Get your wallets ready. They've got to make that $20 billion debt back once this sale goes forward. It's done. It is done. It is done. And allowing more time to focus on what matters most. Building world-class games and experiences that can entertain massive online communities. It can draft, generate, stealing, and analyze, but it can't imagine, empathize, or dream. That's the work of EA's extraordinary artists, designers, developers, storytellers, and innovators, who, once that $20 million comes up, they're going to probably go as well. Simply put, this partnership will help empower our creatives to do what they can do best. Creativity has always been at the heart of everything our teams do, says Kallol Mitra, VP of Creative Innovation at EA. Together with Stability AI, we're amplifying that creativity, giving artists, designers, and developers the power to dream bigger and build more. That's it. Build more, charge you more. Creativity, using AI, Got to get through it so that we can talk about it. I use the term smarter paintbrushes, says Steve Castell, head of technical art for EA Sports. We are giving our creatives the tools to express what they want, tools that will allow them creativity to get directly from people's minds and into our experiences. Smarter paintbrushes is just fucking crazy. Creatives have been the forefront of literally the world, and we're just seeing them be replaced now, by the way. Igniting potential. It gets better. It gets better. Among the first initiatives of this collaboration will be to accelerate the creation of physically based rendering materials through the development of new artist-driven workflows. For example, tools that generate 2D textures that maintain exact color and light accuracy across any environment. So replacing someone's job. Whether it's the flash of color of a football jersey under a floodlit stadium or the subtle gleam of a coffee table in soft morning light. These textures help objects in a virtual world look and feel as real as the artist visualized. So basically AI is going to make these objects look real, not real people. Okay, all right, okay. And we'll now be able to do this faster and with higher quality. Sorry, bullshit. AI is not higher quality anything. AI is not higher quality anything. Let's get that done. AI is slop. AI is slop. For years, machine learning and AI have enabled our teams to develop technologies like Head Start, which leverages photos to create authentic in-game likeness. This partnership will allow us to bring that same speed, it's all about this, speed, acceleration, it's gross, and scale to the entire 3D space by accelerating the content creation process and ultimately allowing our artists to do more. How are you allowing your artists to do more when you're actively saying that what they are already doing is now going to be done by AI? This statement isn't even clever. This isn't even clever. It's all by cutting costs. Exactly. Beyond individual assets, this partnership explores AI that can pre-visualize entire 3D environments, which would have been done by a human before, from a series of intentional prompts, allowing artists to creatively direct the generation of game content. This just doesn't make sense. This literally doesn't make sense. This is contradictory to its core. This is contradictory to its core. These advancements open exciting new doors for rapid, there we go again with these words, rapid prototyping and visual storytelling, allowing artists and developers to ideate, visualize, and refine gameplay experiences at a faster, go again with that word, pace and greater scale. Greater scale. Are you seeing how everything here is all about making things more, making things bigger? You know why? Because when this sale goes through, they have $20 billion of debt to make up really quickly. Yeah, it's all about just being rushed. EA has always been and will continue to be at the forefront of technology, innovation, and play, says Rick Stringfellow, head of visual content for EA Entertainment. Partnerships like this is how we evolve the craft of game making and give our teams the tools to tell deeper, more meaningful stories. Trust, if the AI was going to be taking away jobs from these head of the companies, they wouldn't be pushing for it because then their jobs are on the line. But they don't give a fuck about the other ones. We're seeing this across the board with companies, these fucking fuck-ass companies. It's just horrible. It really is just horrible. EA is a pioneer in interactive entertainment and understands the innovation, and it begins at the creator, says the CEO of Stability AI. At Stability AI, we put creators at the center and build around their specific needs. Contradictory. By embedding our 3D research team directly with EA's artists and developers, we will unlock the next level. There we go, another like that next level in world building power. This kind of progress is only possible through deep partnership, where scientists and creators work side by side. Bullshit. The future is interactive, and we're building it now. The future of creativity at EA is brighter than ever. How can you dare say that? How can you dare say that? How can you dare say that? With partners like Stability AI, we're opening a new creative frontiers that will shape how our teams design, build, and bring experiences to players around the world. These tools are helping our artists. They're not helping at all. Artists, designers, and developers do what they do best. Tell incredible stories, craft unforgettable worlds, and deliver moments that inspire the world to play. Innovation has always fueled progress at EA. But it's our people and their imagination, artistry, and the passion that makes those experiences. And together, we can't wait to see what happens next. What are your thoughts on EA introducing AI into the game? Join the discussion below. It's over. It's over. It's over. These games and companies are going to realize very quickly that we are in an AI bubble, and it will probably pop like everything else. Because the world as we know it is unsustainable with AI being this rapid. Everyone will be out of a job. The economy will not be able to work. The world will end. These game developers will figure out very quickly that if they move towards AI, other companies move towards AI, their customers are out of jobs and then can't afford to buy the fucking games. Dickheads. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We literally said in our video when we talked about the sale, we were like, the next thing we're going to see is AI taking over these franchises. Less than a week later, we now have full statements being put out. Hey guys, AI's taking over. Gross. Fucking gross. And I'm glad the creators walked from the EA network when they did, because clearly it's only going to get worse. They're going to find out really quickly that the audience is not going to be on board with this, and it takes a simple swipe through their Twitter responses to see that. And them doing the statement about we're going to, do a huge update for free for the game next week that'll give you, freebies, and we're going to fix the game and stuff like that. It's not going to work. You're fucking it. You're fucking it. And it makes me so sad to see a franchise that I have devoted so much time and money to be just ruined by greed. Ruined by greed. We'll leave it there, but any further developments, I will talk about it. I will see you in my next one, and we'll leave it there.